Witness to tonight, and what you are actually part of tonight, is the power of community and friendship. What can be accomplished when people come together for something good, whether that's around music and art, whether it's around building a bridge that brings transformation in another part of the world. You're part of that story, and that's an African Road story here. African Road believes in the power of people to dream and to lift themselves up. We believe in the strength of communities across East Africa and incredible grassroots leaders, communities who know what they want and what they need and only lack a few resources. So they already have strengths, assets, capacities, and many resources. And when we can just add a little bit, informed by friendship and good cultural perspective, remarkable things can happen. African Road tonight, we're focusing on the country of Burundi and one particular project, but we have partners in projects, grassroots leaders called change makers across East Africa who are all involved in their communities doing incredible work. So tonight, we're going to watch a 3-minute film that's the story of one of our friends, Everest, who's a leader from the indigenous people group in the country of Burundi. I met Everest on a bus riding from Uganda to Rwanda about 13 years ago now, and I heard the story of a young man, a singular young man. His story was transformative to me, and it's been part of the story that caused African Road to form, and something that we invite you to learn more about and join tonight. So you came tonight for great music, but you, I think, are leaving with a great story. We are really excited. On each of your chairs, you have a little card that gives some basic information. That card can go home with you, and you can follow up on that information if it calls your name. But we are really, really excited and honored because alongside Everest, we have been granted a $20,000 matching fund challenge to provide ID kits for an entire Bachwa village. So more than 1,000 people will be provided with every right and every service that comes with ID kits. So you heard it in the film, but let me say again, an ID kit is an ID card for citizen registration. It also is a birth certificate for every child of every parent that is registered. It also means access to health care for children. In Burundi, there's free health care for kids for 5 and under, but if kids don't have birth certificates, they can't access that health care. Therefore, once they have birth certificates, they have health care. It also means that people can register to vote for the first time. There's a presidential election coming up this summer in Burundi, and those new ID card holders can vote for the first time and begin to speak for themselves. It also means that people who've been living in common law marriage, maybe have children and grandchildren even, will be able to access, if they so choose, the right of legal marriage and recognition in the eyes of their country. People who are considered unseen, invisible, receive recognition and affirmed dignity. $20,000 might sound like a pretty big goal. It might sound like a lot of money. But when I break it down and look at it, listen to this. Thanks to the matching funds offer and that potential, it's possible to fund ID kits for an entire family for $150. That also includes, in this case, national health insurance for an entire year for the whole family. So, voters' registrations, ID kit cards, birth certificates, access to health care for an entire family for $150. If 133 households here on this side of the world, each fund one family in Burundi, boom, 20,000 bucks. But take it down person to person. If 500 people fund $40, one individual, $20,000. Break it down again. If 67 households here say, I'm going to invite my friends and family to help me, we're going to make sure that 2 Batawa families have ID and all of the rights and affirmation of dignity that come with that. 67 families here mean $20,000 is met. So it's astounding what can happen when you recognize, paired with matching funds, friendship, and grassroots leadership, to make it happen what can happen. So take this card home with you and pull it up on your phone tonight if you get really excited and join in. $5 is matched, $10 is matched, $100 is matched. In this case, in order to have your funds matched, you will go to a special web page set up by the Matching Funds donor. So it's on called 1 Day's Wages. Great folks in Seattle. Anything that you give will be matched, whether we meet the goal or not. And they don't keep any fees. So it's just your normal credit card processing fee that you pay anywhere online that comes to it. So if you would like to make a donation, if you'd like to have it matched, go to 1 Day's Wages. And you become part of affirming the story, of transforming the lives of people and families in Burundi.
Please be seated.